Hello, guys. Welcome to PAC Podcast. And today we are going to dive into stories and insight of industrial leaders shaping the business landscape. Today, we all have the opportunity to meet and speak with the CEO of REXOBE Consult, a firm dedicated to simplifying business registration processes and offering comprehensive tax consultant services in Nigeria. Now let's dive into the conversation. So we are going to start personal, and this journey has to be from you because you are the idea behind this. By the way, guys, I need to give you guys a story of how we met, but let her talk about herself before we continue. So, how did Adesua start her journey leading up to the founding of REXOBE Consult? Take me back to what inspired you to venture into the business registration and tax consultancy sector.
Wow. Okay, so basically, I am an accountant, and yes, and a chartered tax consultant. Now, taxation has always been one part of accounting I fell in love with while back in school, and I always knew that I was going to delve. In fact, when I was growing up, when I was in school, I thought I was going to work with FIRS. That was my dream.
For real?
Yes. And then when that didn't pan out, I decided to go into the fashion space.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, really unrelated. And in 2019, the first business I registered was my husband's business.
Oh, that's nice. That's
yes.
Cool.
And I did it, and I discovered that okay. And I had a fashion community then of over 400 fashion designers.
Oh, awesome.
And I started helping them to register their businesses. Now, I knew that I was doing it on the side, but fast forward to 2022, I was about to go big in my fashion business when, for some reason, I had paid for a big space and the landlady said she wanted to use that space and returned my money barely a month after payment. And I was like, what's the meaning of this? Am I going forward or backward? And this happened in April, and my birthday was in June, and God just dropped it in my mind, like, why don't you go into this consultancy thing full time? Right? And I decided to start again in earnest the CAC registration thing, and then it was called CAC registration, right? And in one day, my birthday, I ran a sales that lasted just 24 hours, like from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. on June 26th, and we made a turnover of over ₦1 million on that day. I legit did not have a birthday. I was just on my phone confirming alerts. That was all I was doing throughout that day.
How much? She said confirming alerts. God, I beg.
And that was how CAC registration with SUA went into full gear. Like, I just faced it. It was CAC registration for the longest till January 2023. In fact, today is 14th. In 6 days' time, will be 2 years. REXOBE Consult. Well, CAC registration with SUA sounded like we're just going to be about CACs, and we had so much more to offer. So we decided to register REXOBE Consult, and here we are with an array of services that we now offer.
Yeah, and I'm happy because if not because you did, I probably wouldn't have found you. I would have found you because my search was actually CAC, and the first company, I wouldn't mention their name, the first company that popped because they were running ads that period. They were so busy. They have over 13,000 followers. They were so busy, and you see the way and you chatted that you gave me information, this is what I should do, the way we processed. I think our business communication and changing of name and everything took like 7 days before we got that. All those guys, when I was chatting them up, they couldn't answer me. I wasn't getting information, and I'm somebody that likes information. So I was like, what's wrong with these people? It took 2 weeks, and this is it. I kept the money. I know that if I don't do this, I'm going to spend it. I didn't know how much it was going to cost, so I think I kept like 150. So I was like, okay, I need this money for something else, and I need to do this company registration. And that's how I started searching, and I just decided to be swiping Instagram. Your news, your story came, and you spoke about tax, and I was like, this person speaks about tax, this person knows what she's doing. I was like, that's the person that should run my business for me. That's the person that should register my business, somebody that knows about tax, because that means I will not get in trouble with government, which should be the basic thing that every business owner should do. Yeah, so I just started you up, and it was so seamless. I was so happy. I told, like, before you finish my registration, I gave like 3 of my friends. I was like, you guys should go and do this business registration. She's awesome, because it was nice. Your service is awesome. That's why we are here today. I'm going to give it to that. It's really good that you took that leap, and it's really nice. I'm proud that you did, because if not, we'll not be here. So it's really awesome. So why tax? For me, I studied entrepreneurship, by the way, and we did cost accounting at one point. We did tax reform, taxation, those, we do bit of everything. You have to know everything as an entrepreneur. Yeah. So, but I don't like tax. I don't know if it's because the person that took it, I'm pretty sure he doesn't pay tax, so I don't know why I should listen to him. But it just didn't make sense.
Well, to be sincere with you, tax embodies the 2 aspects of accounting that I love the most, right? When you are like you were saying tax was boring for you, right?
Maybe the teacher that took it, because when Robert Kiyosaki took tax, when I started reading of myself after school, it sounds interesting, because as an entrepreneur, understanding
very interesting and practical.
Yes, understanding your business environment and understanding government policy is like a separate key to business. You understand? Exactly. So I want to go back to taxation. I think I even have a course written down that I want to do this year about tax. So I understand the importance.
Feel like, okay, I'm just in my corner, I'm just doing my business, nothing concerns me with the government. I don't want to bring. Some people even go as far as saying, I don't want to register my business, that the government doesn't have me in their radar. And I say something, hope you know that it's illegal to do business in Nigeria without being registered. Like, it is illegal. If the government wants to enforce it, they will. And all that money you think you've gathered, they will trace it. The way the financial system is in Nigeria now, it's easy to trace people with their transactions, right? So I don't even know why you're hiding. Why don't you just come out and do what you have to do at once? Put your books in order, put everything in order, in such a way that even if they come, you have nothing to hide, right? And you're fine. And if possible, why don't you comply before they come? You understand?
I feel it's because of lack of education, because some people think that tax, maybe, okay, one, we think that tax is as huge in Nigeria, is as huge as what it is in UK or wherever country. Well, that's one. Two, because this is from conversations that I've had with people, I'm telling you. Two, some people have the mentality that if they don't have to pay. But the thing is, we are in a land where we've given these people power, so we have to pay them rent. And tax is like paying them rent. Because, as you said, the government can just come and say, you've not been paying us, so close your shop. And there's nothing you do, because it's illegal. No. I think we need to give them information. That's what we should do.
That's one thing we've been trying to do for a while now. And we're intensifying that this time around. Okay. In fact, from February, we're going to be having lots of series of sessions where we'll be taking things in. There's an upcoming tax reform in the house. It's not been passed into law yet, but it's been passing, and very soon it will be passed. And when it does, it makes life easier for the poor. So it's sort of a bill that we allow almost 90% of the pop masses not to pay so much, reduce their tax burden a great deal. So the more money you make, the more tax you pay. That's very, very great. Yes.
I know of countries that started like that, and now it is the reverse that is the case. It's just for us to approve it. But then let's continue this conversation. Nigeria.
Right now, I had
Yeah.
a friend who went to Poland, and she was lamenting. She got promoted in her workplace, and she was lamenting that when she was earning less, she was paying less tax. Now that she has been promoted and her salary has gone up, she seemed to be paying a whole chunk of the salary to taxation. She would even prefer to be demoted at this point.
And be enjoying that money, bro.
You get my point. So the thing is this: the more money you make, the more taxed you are, right? And the cool thing is that this tax reform is going to encourage businesses. Like if you don't make up to 50 million, you won't in a year. You won't pay any taxes. Yeah. If your business doesn't make up to 50 million in a year, you won't pay any taxes. So currently it's if you don't make up to 25 million naira in a year, then you don't pay taxes. So they double that, and then they will increase your VAT from 7.5% to 10%.
That's the catch. That is it. I've been waiting for it.
They've also reduced the amount of VATable products, right? Products and services that are hugely or largely patronized by the poor, they're exempting them from VAT, right? A lot of that, yes. Well, it's actually a very good reform if it gets passed.
Well,
yes.
I would believe it because it's coming from you.
Using company income tax from 30% to 25%.
Wait, we're paying 30. You didn't tell me this.
First and foremost, have you made up to 25 million naira since we registered that company?
No, I've not made 100 million. Don't relax.
So you don't pay any company income tax till you start making above 25.
Okay, right? So I still have like a year to go.
You're paying 30% of that 25. No, you remove your entire expenses.
So you can beat tax with expenses.
You calculate your taxable income, and then that's the part where you pay 25% from.
Okay. This sounds, you see, guys, it sounds easy now that I know. Before I thought you just remove my 25, 30. I forgot beat those people. I for blow whistle. I know where they keep money. 30% hard earned money. Okay.
Put your guns down.
All right, I've dropped them. No problem. 30. And I've gone somewhere right now, but let's continue this podcast. So, we're going to come back to tax and compliance. I left that topic actually for the last because I understand that when we dive in, it's going to be going like this. So that's why I left it, and you can see just mentioning it. See how broad
you're
yeah. It's not my fault.
That's a very large segment of the economy.
I just never liked it as an entrepreneur. I just never liked it as an entrepreneur. The fact that I'm going to make money.
Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
They give charity now. Not the one that they give. They give tithe and charity. Don't worry. Now Caesar be that. So the next question is understanding business registration in Nigeria. For aspiring entrepreneurs, business registration process can seem daunting. I told you guys about my experience already. So could you walk us through the key steps involved in registering a business in Nigeria and how your consultants agent assist clients in this journey around Nigeria? By the way, guys, I was in Abuja when she sent me my registration. Did I even tell people that she gave me 50 free business card? I forgot. I was supposed to bring it to this podcast. I swear, package, like I'll put a video. I have a video of me unboxing. See if you see the big box. You think I had a gift. So how do you do it? Talk to me.
Okay, so basically, right, I try to put some of my personality into my business. As a client, I'm somebody that demands a lot of attention. I'm somebody who likes to ask a lot of questions. If I'm going to part with money, I like to understand everything that it entails. I don't like surprises after I must have purchased, right? So if people like me, the more we ask questions, the more loyal we are to your brand.
Yes.
Especially if you're able to satisfy our curiosity. So that's the kind of person I am. So I am never pissed when a client is asking me all the questions they want to ask. In fact, even when you don't ask, I will tell you,
yes, you do,
what to expect, so that you're not surprised at any point, right? Now, for CSC registration for REXOBE Consult, one of our core values is customer satisfaction. Another core value we have is professionalism, integrity, reliability. Like, we do not joke with it. We like a situation where our business its entirety depends on our clients, right? When our clients are not happy, we are not happy. That's the way it is. My staff understand this. I make everyone understand this. Sometimes customers are chatting with my staff. They don't even know it's not me they are chatting with.
Yeah, it took me time to know.
Because we've been able to create that same energy round the clock, right? Because I tell them all the time that the reason why we're here is because of our clients. We must give seamless service. We're in the service industry, whether we like it or not. We don't have a product that we created. We are in the service space. So what drives our patronage is how we make our customers feel. So we want it to be seamless. If you go to our website, rexobeconsult.com, and you just click on it and click on services, it takes you directly to whatever service you want to. You can actually go ahead, make payment, fill the form, and you won't get to talk to us till you finish everything. It takes you back to our customer service rep. Well, you see, it was intentional to make the site that way so that it's user friendly and the interface is easy to interact with. Same thing when you come directly to us. We take feedback, we work on it. Okay, you want to register your business. What and what do you need to register your business? First and foremost, basics: your email address, your phone number, your address, how the address should be, your house number, your street name, your area, your local government, and your state, right? Then we also will be needing you to sign on a plain white sheet of paper. Take a good picture, send. We'll do the work, we'll do the rest, right? Your NIN or driver's license, international passport, or even your voter's card, whichever one you have that is still valid, we take that immediately. And then another thing that we'll be needing, if it's a business name, is quite simple, and we try to ensure that we wow our customers. We tell you that it takes 7 to 10 working days for business name, but we try to ensure that we do that before that time elapses. Now, it could be faster, but we don't want to over promise and under deliver, because then again, we are working with third-party sites that we don't really have control over. So it's always our duty to communicate. If there are any bottlenecks, right, we try to communicate to our clients. We try to tell them, oh, sorry, for so reason, we may not be able to keep up with the deadline. We don't wait for you to come and meet us and be like, oh, what's happening with my registration? No, we are on top of things, right? So right now, there are times we just cruise, like we're not doing any ads, we're not following any influencers, and people refer us because of how much they enjoyed our services. So for us, it's seamless and a very an open mind. We listen, we try to understand what the client wants. Basically, somebody will come and tell you that, oh, the way CSC portal is designed, you're supposed to be able to register yourself. Yes, that's where consultancy comes into play. You're supposed to be able to register yourself, but at the end of the day, you find that there are bottlenecks, right? And it's because it's not your own thing. You're unable to do it. We've had people who chat us up and be like, oh, so we started this registration, but it's been months. And within 2 days, we are done. And they're like, what did you do? We are the agents. We know what is obtainable. We know how to take you out of bottlenecks. We go the extra mile for our clients. we're doing some school registrations for our clients, and they were unable to resolve some issues in Lagos. I legit traveled to Abuja, went to the office to resolve it. That's how much we go for our clients, because we understand. I think this customer service team was just inbuilt. I worked the little time I worked for organizations, I worked in customer service, and somehow all my life is all about customer service, ensuring that whenever my customer engages us, they are happy at the end of the day. You understand? Yeah. So basically, registering your business shouldn't be so much of a hassle, right? And that's something we try as much as possible to resolve for our clients. From CAC registration to intellectual property registration to compliance when it comes to export license and the works, we try to give it our best. So I saw that you took a sneak.
Yeah, no, that's where I draft my questions from now. I went there, I went to do some digging. Yeah. So when you're talking about the website, I was like, let me bring it up so that they see that we are not here to joke. Yeah. I was going to try and follow up, but my network just say no, sorry, this kind of MTN network. Well, I'm really glad, because you actually made it seamless. I would not even lie, because I swear I was not even worried, even when, during that period CAC had that jam. Even when you had the jam and everything,
yeah,
I didn't really, for some weird reason, I didn't know you, but as you said, you were able to incorporate your own personality into your business. So your honest personality as a person really reflected on the other side of the screen in Abuja somewhere, and I was like, yeah, I should leave this person to do this, and I left you, and I was not disappointed again. You guys should understand that I'm a faithful customer, and part of it, okay, we'll talk about that later. Now, the juice that everybody's waiting for: importance of tax compliance. Tax compliance is crucial for business. So how does REXOBE Consult support businesses in obtaining their tax clearance certificates, and what common challenges do clients face in this process?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the challenges we face before I talk about how we can help. The major challenge we face when it comes to helping clients with their taxation is that if you take a consensus, out of 10 business owners, maybe just 1 or 2 is keeping their books. Many people are just running businesses without knowing what they're doing in numbers. And I tell people all the time that sales doesn't necessarily translate to profit. But people just want to sell, and in their minds, they are making money. And I'm like, no. Okay, you did a business. You ran this business for the past 1 year. What was your profit? How much sales did you make? How many clients did you interact with or did you transact with? What were your expenses? Okay, you need to put things in order. There's something we call vouching in taxation, right? It entails you, when you purchase anything, you're supposed to have a receipt for it. You're supposed to have a folder where you keep all your receipts. This vouching process entails us say, okay, according to your statement, you said you bought airtime, what so, or you bought this book, you bought this phone for the business. Where's the receipt? How can we really trace that truly this phone was bought using business money, right? How do we verify that truly what you said you spent as expenses was truly expended by the business and not you? How are we sure that this money that you said is for phone, you didn't use it to go to the spa? You didn't use it to go. Do you understand? So we need, as the tax auditor, when he comes, whether it's a debt audit or he comes to your office, he's going to just take sample, right? From all the plenty sales you've made, sample from all the expenses you've made, sample. He may not be able to go through all the volume, especially if your business is a large volume business. You get, maybe you're selling a provision store, and you know people buy one thing, maybe too much of cumbersome to go through all of them. But a good sample size. And when he does that, the next thing he wants to do is, okay, I can see you said you made these sales from so person. You want to confirm, did this person actually pay you this amount, or he paid you more and you are reporting this just to reduce your sales figure? Do you understand? Okay, did this person actually supply you this, or you're just reporting this just to increase your purchases so that it looks like you have expended more, and then at the end of the day the profit is less? So you need to keep your books. That's the major constraint we have in most businesses. They don't keep their books.
They have a lot.
They don't keep their books. Someone's not going to ask you.
I'm keeping my book.
That's the major
I'm keeping
thing.
my book in my bank. When I withdraw money, I would write it. Then I decided to write down my expenses, considering the fact that yes, I know I was trained by a chartered accountant, so I have a thing where memory, as far as I spend the money, just give me time, I'll tell you how much it is, what I spent it for, when and how. Subconsciously I keep that, so I just went back and jot them down. But it's part of my goal for my business this year, right? I need to ask you for a favor. Me and you are going to sit down and plan class for these people. Guys, you people are going to pay. Do you understand? You people pay for this class because you people are going to make money after we are done. So we are going to draft a class for people. People will join and people are going to pay, because there's a lot that even me that studied entrepreneurship for 10 years is like, all right, this is interesting. So what are the problems that clients
that's
face?
Part of the challenges we have. Yes. So when you come to us that you want to do a tax clearance certificate, now the problem is you've not been paying taxes. Let's assume that the business was registered 4 or 5 years ago and you've not been paying taxes. Tax clearance certificate certifies that you have been paying taxes for the last 3 years.
So you have to pay,
right? So before you are able, you would have to pay. And now you have penalties to pay, because when you don't pay on time, the first month there's a certain amount. Yes. Okay, now for this year, for last year now, right? You registered your business last year. So you've not done the 18, you have 18 months to start filing your taxes, right? Within that 18 months, you ought to have started filing your taxes. So let's assume you decide to file you have between January, you decide that your accounting year end for your business is 31st of December every year, right? And that means you have between January and June this year to file your new report. If you didn't do up to 25 million naira, you're filing a new report. You're simply going to have an accountant do an audited financial statement saying that, we've gone through the books of your business and we have come to a conclusion that this person did not make up to 25 million naira. This is the proof to prove it, and the auditor will stamp on it, and then we can help you upload, right? We can help you upload and we'll help you file the new report. Now, so many people won't do this. Why? They don't want to pay the auditor to do that for them.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They don't want to pay the auditor to do that for them. They don't even have books. So if you don't have books, how do you even get to the auditor? Because there's supposed to be a financial statement that the auditor will go through to confirm that this financial statement, it's giving a true and fair.
You are underestimating the way Nigerians consider business. Now, let me tell you what business is for Nigerian people. Business is a place where they can go and use the money as they please, because it's their money that they are investing there. So when they need school fees and they need sharp 500k, that is their borrower. So they don't have book.
But that's not.
I know, you know.
That's why we don't have.
But they don't.
That's why we have businesses start today
Yes.
and close tomorrow.
Rapid rates.
You get, because there's no continuity. There is no continuity. If you know you want your business to thrive, you want to leave a legacy behind for the people you are leaving behind, then you are supposed to do things the way things are supposed to be done. As a business owner, you're supposed to pay yourself salary so you're not tempted to eat the business money.
Well, my business cannot afford me, but what I did was, since I have
no matter
yeah.
how little, no matter
So
how
what I
little
did
it
was,
is,
since I can
you know,
afford data, my data monthly is piling up to like 20k because of what I do. So the business pays like 11.5. I did the whole analysis. My personal expenses, I pay for half, the business pay. So every month the business can afford to pay for my data. So I see that as, let's say, a stipend for myself. That's just it. Yeah.
well, you see, in that case, you must prove to the taxman that 11.5 that you're taking for data, that data is exclusively used for the business.
Well, now go YouTube. That last video where I upload now 15 gig. May check out. It took me 2 days to upload. My system was 15 GB. 2 days I did not close my system. Thank God for solar, and we are not using NEPA at home. It would have not worked. He should come. Go to YouTube. You will see proof. He should come. I'll check. My phone will show you proof. When you see that I'm using 200 gig a month, you'll be like, but you are saying 11.5. I'll say, oh, you don't see him now. You don't see him. So no, don't worry. I think I understand what you're saying, but if it helps, when I do transfer from my phone, I use Sterling Bank. They have this, their business app is so friendly, and they have this, when you're withdrawing money, they'll ask you why. And okay, yes, we talked about the bank thing. Yeah, she also opens bank accounts seamlessly. I didn't have to go to the bank. So I like it. So, because when I want to remove money, I'll have to put the purpose, and I'll have to put if it's loan, because there was a time you say I loaned 20k. I wrote loan personal, and then I returned it back.
That was not loan.
I returned it back.
That was
I put like personal loan.
You drew from the business.
No,
loan.
But I tagged it as personal loan. So do you understand? Because I needed it for myself, so that when I repay it back,
Next time, tag.
Okay, drawing. All right. You see, we learn every day. That's what I'll do. So I don't know what it's called, but so that I will remember to write it as a liability. You understand?
Exactly.
So that's what I did. So anytime I'm debiting, like today, the face cam I'm using for this. When I went to transfer the money, I wrote face cam and I transferred it to them. So that's that. I tried to do that. My friend taught me. I tried to do that so that when I come back and I need to keep.
That's basically helpful to whoever is going to help you.
Exactly. So that's the best thing you can get from me.
There's description. It makes it easy to.
Yes, and it's always sent to a business account. I make sure I don't send to personal. Except if it's personal, I'll send it through myself, then through whatever personal accounts. I'm trying to build that discipline for myself. So, yeah.
A very good one. I'm proud of you so far. I'm proud of you.
So we'll be diving into our next session. Guys, hope you people are being entertained. You people have no choice. So tailoring to servicing client needs. Nigerians have left the group chat since the second question in this in this list. When you say client needs, Lagos people, they've left the group chats. But let's continue. Every business has its unique needs. So how does why am I coughing so much? So how does your consultant firm customize its service to cater for desired requirement of startup versus established enterprise? How do you do that? How do you cater for people that are just starting and people that are already established?
Okay, so we basically have the privilege of working with all levels of businesses. Right? Recently, we had the privilege of working with a wealth management firm, a very big wealth management firm, but we're not going to mention names because firms like that like to be left anonymous. So we are unable to come to online and be like, oh, we just service so firm now. So we did quite a lot for them, right? with them, the interaction was kind of different, right? Because firms like that, they won't even be chatting with you on WhatsApp. It's mainly via email. Everything is done via email, including the interactions, the requirement. Once they feel what you want them to feel, everything is done via email. It's quite easier dealing with people like that because you already know the processes, right? So it's not like you're doing anything that's out of the ordinary. They just want you to be swift in your service delivery and intentional in carrying all the people because they have a structure. So you're not dealing with just one person. That's that. Then we have the person who just wants to register their business because somebody is dragging them to register their business. So like I said, we have a website and we are trying to groom our community to go to that website to do business with us, right? That's something that we are focusing in the coming months. We want to, all our sales for this year will happen on the website so that everybody will get used to patronizing us through the website. But we also understand that there are some people who would not be able to use the website, no matter what you do. You understand? So we have tailored our business in such a way that we attend to each client according to their level of exposure, according to their level that they are dealing with in their business. At times they just come and tell you they want to register their business. They don't even know whether it's a business name or a limited liability they want to do. We ask tailored questions to them and we're able to, at the end of the day, get exactly what would fit them, right? So for us, it's not so much about getting them to do the most expensive service so that we can make more money. No, that's never been our driving force. Our driving force has always been tailor the needs or the service to the person, meet them at the point that they are at that time. So people can't register a limited liability company because they may not be able to keep up with compliance, right? So you let them start with a business name. They can always upgrade to a limited liability later when it's time for them to. But at least, start with a business name. You're starting with a business name. There are times that we legit have to, my staff will have to call the client. This is how you will take a picture of what we need. This is how you will send it to us. Do you get? We've even gone to the extent of helping clients. Do you have anybody around you that has a phone? Can we talk to them? And then we'll put that person through and that person will help them do all of that and register. So we try to come down to the level of whoever we are dealing with. Yes, we try to come down to the level of whoever we are dealing with. So we pride ourselves in being very patient and being very thorough. And we don't try to assume that you should know this now. It's not just this. You should be able to.
That's what those guys did.
When we talk to you, when we have a thing where we are telling ourselves that no matter how big we get, we want to grow with capacity to be able to handle people generally. So we're not just going to be like, oh no, we are past this level. No, we want to be able to carry everybody because, funny enough, I've had a situation where we were dealing with a wali. I don't know if you know what a wali is. So we're dealing with a wali. You know, most times they're not very tech savvy. Guess what? This one person has brought more than 3 clients.
And they'll be huge clients.
Can you imagine? So imagine he couldn't even write, like he could not spell correctly. So imagine if, and this person is not in Lagos, he's in Ogun State.
You can imagine.
So just imagine if we had said, oh no, this is not the kind of people we want to attend to. You get. So we truly tailor our services to meet each of our clients where they are. We know that there are 5 stages in business. We have the operation, we have the operation management, we have the operation leadership, we have the strategic leadership, and we also have the sophisticated level. Now, some people are already in the sophisticated level, some are just in the operations, it's just them. So everybody's in different parts. So when we talk to you, we know exactly where you are, and we try to tailor our services to meet you at the point of your need.
I'm jotting a lot. I'm this close to telling you to pause and I'm going to get my paper and biro. But I just remember that it's me that will edit it. So good luck to you people. I will pause it, jot down and continue. This is so educative. This is why don't they just teach this in school to make people, instead of wasting people's 4 years. But it's not in my mouth, people hear that one. Now we will start talking about this particular one, which is quite interesting because it's talking about navigating my English have gone for this one. Yes, changes. Thank you so much. Navigating regulatory changes in our environment right now is ever evolving. You've spoken about 3 different regulations that is about to get changed. If I remember correctly, they are going to reduce our tax, they'll increase VAT to 10%, they'll reduce VAT on products that poor people use, and I think the 4th one was something about they removed business tax from 30% to 25% and increased it to 50 million if your business doesn't make up to 50 million. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we are in an environment where it's ever evolving. How do you stay ahead of the regulatory changes, and what are the strategy you have employed to your clients to remain compliant in that changes, most especially as your client base expands rapidly? So should I take the question again, or you got me?
Okay, so I got what you were trying to say. The question, if I get it correctly, is how do we help our clients keep abreast with the ever-changing regulatory compliance that is expected of businesses?
Yes. That's one. Then
Okay,
how
so
do you handle it personally, you as a business? How do you handle it? And then how do you handle it with the rapid growth? I know that your services is expanding because once a while I go to your social medias to try to keep up with the new information you have there, and I see your numbers are growing. Like when I see they are growing rapidly, 10-15% monthly, which is a very good healthy growth for your page. So how do you do this? I know you have a team, but how do you do it?
Okay, so basically I was privileged when I knew I was going to go into getting, all the while I've been doing business since 2018, my clientele has always been online. Like I've basically been always getting most of my clientele